Welcome to Relax and Paint, and today we're going to work on 11 by 14 canvas. We're going to do a sweet card. I'm going to do it on canvas, so you can give it as a canvas painting, or you can make it into a greeting card, a Valentine's. But the first thing I want to do is show you how to mop on some fun backgrounds. And I'm going to use our large um, mop brush. And I'm going to come in here and I want it to be a little vintage, a little old looking. So I'm going to take water on this brush, not floating medium. This is Mod Podge, where I was Mod Podging some pages on something I'm doing Saturday. And on Patreon on Wednesday. So I was thinking that was white when I started. All right, so this is a couple different colors. All right, so this is asphaltum, which is a matte acrylic. I have raw umber, asphaltum, and burnt sienna, and then I have some really pretty greens that are all matte. Those are the only ones I really carry of the matte, but there's four different greens. Anyway, so some people just order each one of those mats that are available because they like it. All right, so I'm just going to see, these are some colors that I think this pretty Valentine would look nice with. All right, so I'd like to come in here with my blow dryer, hair dryer, and okay, so I started blow dry before I told you all the colors, but I want just a background that is going to accent what we're using. So this is fire coral, and multi-surface is usually what I use for a lot of my painting because it's got a sealer in it, and it's a plaid folk art paint color, and it works wonderful on multiple surfaces: glass, metal, ceramic, indoor, outdoor, wood, terracotta. There's all kinds of beautiful paint colors. They're all ready for you. Then, and they're luscious. Look how luscious and thick the paints are. All right. And then this is also multi-surface, but it's more like a neon. It's a bright pink. And I'm going to use that a little bit in my painting. I'm going to put my mop brush up until I can clean it. I will be using some floating medium, which is also a plaid product. And we got lots more that we're going to be doing. So I'll be getting my paint and we'll get started. Let's look at some of the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use some Thicket, and this is, let me look really quick. This is Wild Wasabi. All right, and then I'm going to use some blue peacock in here so that the blue peacock looks purple, but it's definitely blue. And then I'm going to tell you the other colors as we go, okay? So what I want to do is come in here and put some stems to my roses, okay? So I'm going to come in first and just put where the stems are going to go, and then I'm going to cover them up. But it just is how I'm doing it, so I don't need to trace on a pattern. Okay, so we're going to come down here and come over here. So those are where our first roses are going to go. All right. So I will come back and do more stem after I lay out my leaves. Okay. Now we're going to come right in here, actually put in a little bit of blue. Oops, and I need some floating medium right in here. So it's a clear, thick. So I've got the 16 flat is what I'm using. I want a little bit of blue peacock and that wild wasabi. And just this teeny bit of thicket on the outside edge. So I'm going to get a little bit of medium. And I'll show you sometimes I get more medium than that. So we'll see. Let's add some white in there too. All right. So up underneath the rose, I want to put this leaf in here first, and then the roses can be over it. Right. So when there's a rose leaf, there's usually about 3 of them on the stem. Here, let's get this little dark edge. All right. And it would be, let's say we're going to do this one right down here. So whenever this outside edge is a little dry, is when you would grab a little bit of medium. Okay. So let's pick up a little bit more white. And let's turn this way so I can come right here. A teeny bit of medium on just the outside edge because I have plenty of paint with me. And their little edges are kind of prickly on some rose leaves. Okay, so we're going to come right up here and get some blue in there. Right. So these dark are underneath, so it's okay that they're barely going to show there. So sometimes this is a little bit of an olive green, so the thicket kind of works well from that. But I do have a color if you want to change it up a little bit that I like, which is forest moss. Okay, which this is thicket. Forest moss would be a little bit more olivey color. Okay, just like to share that with you. All right, so we're thinking about all kinds of painting is easier when you do it larger and then you can shrink it down and make it a greeting card. But if you go to like a Walgreens, some of the drugstores, they do cards for you right there. You can put it on their machine. You can, I got a couple of friends that do this a lot, or go to a little mom and pop small printer in your area and have them after you shrink it down in your computer into a card size, they will make greeting cards for you. And there's usually 4 on a sheet and a printed sheet. And you can, on the back of that, put handmade by you, design hand painted by you. All right. So now I'm going to come right in here again. And as I'm coming down, I can show you that I can make little thorns. So watch this. You slide down, point up, and slide back down again. Slide down, point up, and slide back down again. It's really easy to make these little thorns. Okay. A little bit of white in there. Okay. So now we're going to start doing these pretty roses. All right, so this 16 isn't quite large enough. So what we want to do is we're going to go get our larger. This is a 3/4 angle. And my angles, there's a set of them that we still have available that we sell out of our website. And there's 3 sizes because this one size is in a few of my kits. All right, the one size, which is the 5/8. But if you want this bigger size for laying these roses over, you you can find that in my set, okay? Unless you're going to paint them smaller. All right, so I'm going to pick up and use some fire coral and a touch of magenta. Okay, so fire coral, magenta on one side, and then we're going to pick up white. Okay. Now I'm going to come here. And what I want to do is I want to bring the back side of the rose. See, I picked up more white so it shows better. Now the magenta will be on the back area of this rose. All right. And so I can keep picking up those colors and getting white. So this is kind of the back drop of the rose. It's a rose bud that started opening. Okay. So then I can come back here and bring it around. I then want to come right in here in the middle. I'm going to keep picking up with the toe. When you're using angle brush, there's a toe and a heel. And I will describe it that way, like let's pick it up on the toe. All right, so we pick little bits up. Let me come a little closer. Okay, and I want to keep putting some of this magenta in here because in the center I want it a little bit darker. Okay, and we go in here a little bit tighter. I can pick up some of that Pueblo also. Can you see that? A little bit of Pueblo. So see, now I don't see it. So I got to put more white there. There. Okay, so there. Right. So see, I touch this and lay it over. I come right here. I keep getting the white, okay? All right, so we're going to come across here and meet there. See how you wind it up inside? Okay, so I'm going to come here, lean it out, and come across. Let me come right here. See that petal's leaning towards us a little bit. I keep picking up just white because the rest of the colors in there. See how we make those petals touch each other. And then this one's going to come here and along. Okay. And you can come right here and somehow. And then we'll put calyx up against here. All right. So now I went a little bit slower on that, but I want to show you that so we can pick up the Pueblo, fire coral, magenta. We can work all those yummy colors together. Or you can make any color you want. Okay. I'm gonna go right in here. And now all I'm doing is picking up white. Let's do white here again. Okay, so let's do the inside here. Make sure I have nice white. See, the petal needs to come down into the flower. See that? You just keep coming in here with white. Okay, so we're gonna let's put white here, then we're gonna lean the white out. Oops. Look, I'm gonna steady my hand and come back around. All right. And all we're gonna do is lean out the white and come across. All right, so I lean that out, but what I do need is, you notice how I put pressure on where I work this in when I come over here, and I can add little bits of white in here, and I can also come across here, chisel, come across, come across again. And I'm going to come right in here. Okay, so we just have a couple of roses there, and the colors kind of match the background colors. I could also come back in here. It looks like it could use a couple of leaves up here with some floating medium. See, I just dipped into the floating medium. You want to go into the leaves, not out of the leaves. All right, so we also want to take, let's say, let's get an 8, and we dampen that late on the paper towel, take out the extra moisture off. And then I'm going to come in here and get some Kalic paint ready. And what I want to do is come right here, a little bit more white, come up here. See how these little calyx look? They look good when you come down over a leaf. All right, so I have one that comes up here in the middle, and the others are coming down. Uh, yeah, we have that little bit of white. Okay. I'm gonna come in here and I don't know, this is kind of relaxing. I don't know. I don't know if you feel that way, but I'm just like kind of spending my time enjoying what I'm doing. So think about that. Um, it's supposed to be a peaceful, make some fun greeting cards. All right. We can silhouette some right in here, kind of light. Let's pick up a little bit darker. A little bit light there. And then you pull your stem in there. All right, I'm going to go in here and put this leaf right back on top of here so it looks like it's kind of natural coming in there. All right, so there we go. Now, let's go back to this 8 again. And I'm going to put the fire coral with some magenta. And so I'm kind of side loading into the magenta. And we're going to put a fun little heart here. Fill it in the middle. All right. And I'll put a couple here. A little bit of medium fire coral and magenta. It looks a little watercolor, but I just put a little bit of floating medium. Don't make it too much medium or it will be not covering anything in the background. I'm getting bigger and bigger, so I gotta make this side bigger. All right, so then I thought, let's put a pretty bow down here. So I'm going to come right here, and right here, magenta and fire coral again. All right, so I'm gonna make this side a little bit bigger to match that side. Still bigger. Okay, so we're gonna come right around here. Okay, so see that's not covering. I could put a leaf back over it, or I could come back in here with my color. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna come down. A little bit more over here. Nope, let's come down some. Okay. I covered one of my thorns up. I still don't worry about making sure that the pattern's there and everything's perfect. Just kind of go as along as I'm painting. All right. So we're going to come right back here, right back here. Yeah. So I'm taking the chisel and I'm bringing some white with that same brush. This is the 8 flat with wicker white. All right. So I can also put a little bit of white lacy effect. This is a 2 script liner. I make it inky, roll it. All right, so I'll make some lacy effects out here. Like we put a lace doily behind it, maybe. Okay. Put some white in here. So I'm just doing little verdigris squiggles like. Right, so see, I can go back on here. just to give it a lacy effect. And then I'm gonna use my Kiss tool and put some little dots on it. But see how I'm just going for the illusion? We don't have to make anything perfect here. We'll just get that illusion. Well, the problem is it's white in here, so you don't get to see it all. Okay. So we'll put a little bit of pink in here. Maybe it'll show. Okay, just a little bit of lace there. I'm going to bring in some magenta with neon and put a few little dabs of magenta and neon pink, which this one can be bright pink or you can get the neon pink. I know a lot of you have picked out all my neon colors because I'm using them a lot when I'm putting in some highlights. Okay, so see how that makes it pop? Magenta and bright pink. Be sure if you can look for neons that are multi-surface because then they go on glass and all too really good. All right, so we're going to come up here a little bit. I got a squeaky chair, sorry. That covers that stem a little bit. And we're going to have a little bit over here. A little bit over here. Let's see if I put a little bit of neon in here. That adds to it. I think that helps. Okay. That brings a little bit more of that pink out. And you can put a little bit in here. Or you can leave it. It's up to you. It's kind of fun. Is that's kind of like you floated in there and it makes everything pop when it dries. So we're going to put a little bit here, just on one side. Okay, so let me see right here. All right, so I'm going to just come out here and have some little dots of lace out here. All the little teeny bit is, if you were just making copies of this, then you can spend more time on this. But if you're hand painting each card, which we bundle those and I would put them in a nice little basket and bundle 3 together maybe, or an envelope and a card and put them at little antique shops or little gift shops at their front desk. And I would do them on consignment and I would go in and refill them often. And I had them in like 3 of those, so I was very busy doing cards. So see how there it is with the little dots and there it is without. I could also come in here. I put some little white dots in here. And it looks like another little filler flower. You can use the end of the handle of a paintbrush if you want the dots bigger. I hope you guys are enjoying this little Valentine rose bouquet. You can leave the bow off. Just wanted to show you how to do a quick little bow. String ribbon bows are nice. All right, and you can also, instead of a string ribbon, you can do 3 dots. 1, 2, 3 triangles on those. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this, even if you just do the rosebuds. You can do little small rosebuds with some hearts around it. I'm doing a perfume bottle, and on Friday, you'll see how I Mod Podged underneath it and more. Okay, guys, have a good one. Sign it and share it. Okay, make sure you come. You subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to my free YouTube Donna Dewberry channel. Check out our membership. It's One Stroke Advantage. You get all kinds of advantages. And as long as you're a member, you get coupons to get 20% off of my page, off my website. I'll see you next time. Thank you.